If you're into old war movies, you might recognize this place. It was called Schloss Adler in the iconic 1968 film Where Eagles Dare. Now, the movie buffs among you might recall that Where Eagles Dare was about a daring Allied raid deep in the heart of enemy territory in World War II. Well, we're deep in the heart of Audi and BMW territory, and as far as Cadillac is concerned, those guys are the enemy. So what better place to bring Cadillac's new CTS-V Coupe? We're about to find out whether 556 horsepower of American muscle is good enough to take on BMW's iconic 414 horsepower M3 Coupe and Audi's new 444 horsepower RS5.
Not that long ago, the idea of bringing a Cadillac to Germany to do battle with the best premium performance coupes in the business would have been laughable. But the Cadillac CTS-V Coupe is no joke. The slow-revving supercharged 6.2-litre V8 under the hood, with its torque spread the size of Kansas, represents a typically American solution to providing performance. However, the chassis is every bit as accomplished as anything born and bred on these winding Bavarian backroads. The Caddy has the best steering of this bunch, the Magnaride shocks deliver superb body control through the curves, and the Brembo brakes do a superb job of hauling what is the heaviest car here back down from terminal velocity. Cadillac wants a piece of BMW and Audi's turf, and Mercedes-Benz's and Jaguars too. The CTS-V Coupe proves it can do it.
Well, the CTS-V Coupe takes all those old preconceptions you might have had about Cadillac and throws them in the dumpster. This car is very, very good on these European roads. It can hang with the Audi and the BMW on these switchbacks and run with them flat out on the Autobahn. The chassis is terrific, the steering is great, and the brakes work a treat. The only thing that lets this car down is the transmission. It's just not up to scratch, not a match for the rest of the car.
Audi has a simple mission for the RS5, to beat BMW's M cars. So the 4.2-litre V8 under the hood revs to a dizzy 8,300 RPM and drives through a new 7-speed dual-clutch manual transmission that, around town at least, makes the M3s feel clunky. It's an Audi, so it's a quattro of course, but up to 85% of the power can be directed to the rear wheels, thanks to a new self-locking crown gear centre differential. Even under normal driving, 60% of the power goes to the rear. This car is also fitted with the optional sport differential, which uses torque vectoring to help enhance stability and responsiveness. As a result, although the RS5 is built on Audi's traditional front drive bias chassis architecture, it hunts down corners like a sports car.
Well, the Audi RS5 is the engineer's car of this bunch. Every single detail of the performance and the handling has been carefully thought out by the guys in Ingolstadt. The result is a car that's enormously confidence-inspiring to drive fast, regardless of the weather conditions. But like the Cadillac, the Audi is more of a grand tourer than a road racer like the BMW M3. Sure, it's fast, but there's not quite the direct connection between driver and road that you get in the BMW.
The BMW might be the oldest car here, but like a good wine, it's getting better with age. Under the hood is the now familiar high-revving V8, driving through the lightning-fast 7-speed dual-clutch manual transmission. But this car is fitted with the new for 2011 competition package, a $2,500 option which includes wider 19-inch alloy wheels and a 0.4 of an inch drop in the ride height. In addition, the electronically controlled shocks and the stability control have both been tuned for increased responsiveness and adjustability. They're subtle changes, but in a finely balanced driving tool like the M3, they turn the already astonishing precision of the chassis and the powertrain to 11. Is this the best M3 yet? We'd say so.
What I love about the BMW M3 is it's such a driver's machine. It's like a precision instrument. It carves through corners like a scalpel. The chassis, the steering, the brakes, and the engine work together in perfect harmony. There really isn't a lot to dislike about this car, even though it's the oldest of the group. I'd like the steering wheel rim to be a little thinner, and perhaps the interior to be a little more upscale. But I can forgive the BMW M3 because it has one special feature. There's a little button on the steering wheel here called the M button. And when you press the M button, the car's character changes. Listen to this. How can you not love that? Well, we've had a fascinating couple of days here in Bavaria, and we've learned some interesting things. First thing we've learned is there's really no wrong answer. All three of these cars are terrific sports coupes. Fast, powerful, good looking and fun to drive. Kudos to Cadillac for producing a car that's truly competitive with the very best Audi and BMW have to offer. But sadly, the transmission in the CTS-V Coupe is always 2 steps behind the rest of the car, and that means in this company it finishes in third. Audi's RS5 is a technological tour de force. There's so much going on there to help the driver, but the downside is the driver feels a little bit disconnected from what's going on. So the Audi finishes in second. And that leaves BMW's M3 in first place. It's the oldest car here, but it's still the most fun to drive, the most focused, and the best all-rounder. The benchmark is still the benchmark.